Hi, everybody. I can't believe that this is the final time that we're going to be together for the Engage series. I have absolutely loved our time in the Word, and I pray that you've enjoyed this last teaching as much as you have the previous ones. If you remember back, we talked about the community as a sending family and how the Lord has raised us up, each one of us as sent ones, and we need to embrace that. And we looked at John chapter 20, and we saw the different ideas that we're to embrace his mission, his commission, his empowerment, and his message. And we're simply to go out, and we talk very, very practically about what that means for us at Emmanuel Faith Church, and really how we're to live missionally wherever we go, and think differently, and plan strategically. And Scotty's giving you some great questions that you can interact with. But I wanted to just tell you, I ran out of time, no big surprise, but I ran out of time, and I had one story that just really sticks with me on how God works all of his mission out in us and through us. It's a story that Dr. Joe Aldrich told about the early years of ministry in Iran, which is ancient Persia. He tells the story of a man who had a dream that the Lord would speak to him through the Bible. But they were a poor family in a poor village, and they didn't have a Bible. So after this man had this dream, the villagers got together, they pooled their money, and in the dream, the man was told that he should go and wait by a highway and that men with the Bible would arrive. And so he went down and he just sat on a rock next to the highway. Well, completely unrelated to him, some men had crossed the border of Iran bringing in Bibles to the area. As they were driving past this village, their car, the steering wheel, stuck. And so they did their very, very best to get the car off the road, and they popped up the hood to try and figure out what was going on with the steering assembly. And they noticed a man sitting not too far from them. The man began to interact with them, and he simply asked them this question: "Are you the men with the Bible?" And the drivers said, "Well, yes, we do have Bibles," and they took them and they gave them to the man, and the man gave them the money, and he took off. They went back to the hood of their car and realized after they tried a little bit that the steering was loosened. And it's just one of those stories, where God is at work, and God has a mission, and God has a plan, and we're simply called to line ourselves up with that plan, and then God will do his work in us and through us. To simply state it, we're to live as sent ones. And so in your time together, as you continue to interact in this Engage series, talk a little bit about whether you sense that, whether you embrace that for your life. Have you had times where you have felt in your neighborhood or on the job where you were sent by the Lord and could interact and invite people to church and befriend people? And if this is new to you, and how might you as a believer reach out to people who are different than you are? Different religiously, different ethnically, they might look differently. And what God might be saying to you and to us as a community. So there's some great questions, as I mentioned. Scotty's always done such a great job of putting all of this together, and I hope that you'll enjoy your time and interact, and I'm just thrilled that you're championing this biblical value of connecting, because that's really what makes the church the church. So we'll start a brand new series the following weekend on victory for our Easter series, and we'll look forward to being back together with you then, Lord willing.